out of sight. Talking about my life, government stay away. Deep drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. Mama to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey guys, it's Squid. Welcome back to my channel. We back, sort of. My voice is still not great. I'm sorry if you hear me have to pause, or I'm sorry if I can't pause myself in time. But yeah, today's gonna be a fun one. I have a stream at 3 with Spawn Trooper going over NTSB stuff for the Hudson helicopter crash. But I've been looking into someone who, I don't know where this person came from. I don't know who this person is, but I've been looking at her. We're just gonna read some documents. And because, I know that we gonna get under people's skin. And I'm the expert. No offense to the expert, but I'm the expert at annoying people by just not doing anything. By staying in my own lane and doing my own thing, I apparently make people mad. And you know what? I'm an expert at it. And you know what? I'm going to keep doing it because it's fun. And that's what YouTube is all about. So get the sticks out of your ass. Get a sense of humor, because we're going to read her own words. And the opposing counsel's own words. Thanks, Hong Hero, for the 5 Squid Pro Quo memberships. Oh, I appreciate you so much. You're always one of the biggest supporters of this channel. And yes, this is my way of supporting my family, because I am a stay-at-home mom. It is what it is. And Roy, good luck to you and the better half. I have my fingers crossed, throwing up a couple Hail Marys, even though I am not Catholic anymore. I am what Mo would call a recovering Catholic. Yesterday, I did not have a voice at all. So today, we're here. So hi to everybody. We're just going to get into this as quickly as we can. And I appreciate that. I feel a little better. It still takes me some effort to talk. But I've heard some rumors of, like, this person retired before she got her bar license taken away. I have no idea what's true. So I went looking, and people sent me stuff. But I wanted to know what was actually true, because I don't like hearsay and this person said this was true. I like to read the documents for myself and figure out what is true. So we're going to get into it. She has her own folder on my computer now, because there's just that many documents. First things first, just to show you what kind of person this person is. This is my Pacer. This is just one of the cases on Pacer. This is just one of the cases on Pacer. This is Seacoast National Bank versus Ferderigos et al. This is a complaint and notice of removal from Orange County. I'm not going to get into it because I don't think these are worth paying for right now. I don't have that kind of money. Yes, do not cite my disclaimer. Do not contact anybody. Do not harass anybody. This is not a harassment stream. If I catch any one of you, or I hear that any one of you goes and harasses this person because of what you heard here, I will personally make sure that you are never seen in my stream again. You will be booted faster than baby squid can yell, "Mommy, I pooped." We don't do that here. This is purely for you pushed yourself into this situation and you filed a lawsuit against one of my friends based on what I feel is a technicality. And we're going to, do not contact, if you are contacting anybody in this, squid scares the poop out of everyone. I'm not a scary person. I don't know why people are scared of me, but you should not be scared of me. However, just don't contact anybody that we ever talk about, but you know this. I read documents here. We judge the documents, not the person. Hero, thanks for the $2 super chat. Is this the Muppet Lady? I think, I don't know. I have no idea what the Muppet thing is about. Like, I got a bunch of text messages last night with Muppets in them. I laughed at the pictures I was sent, but like, I don't know. Not just that, but anyone who gets involved deserves to be sued. Here's the thing. I scrolled to the bottom of this. I didn't go into all of these because I just started going into see Hero. At night, I'm either asleep because I'm old as hell and I go to sleep early, or it's NHL playoff time. It's Stanley Cup playoff time. Like, you don't get in the way of this girl in hockey because I no longer live in a place where I can go to hockey games very easily. And I can no longer skate for myself. Watching hockey on TV is very, very important to me. So my nighttime YouTube has gone out the window. My nighttime streaming has gone out the window. My nighttime YouTube watching. I am glued to Stanley Cup playoffs right now. I watched Florida and Carolina last night, Carolina Hurricanes, and I'm just so with that, I'm looking into it. So far, it's only been made confidential. It hasn't been sealed. So think about it like this. I'm not a lawyer. This is not my legal advice, but this is just my opinion based on other situations. Think about when someone files a temporary for a restraining order, and the judge doesn't have time to go through all the evidence, or the other side hasn't filed their response yet. The judge will just file a temporary one until he can look at all the stuff. Everything's kind of been made confidential. My assumption would be until the defendants file their side and be like, this does not need to be confidential. Kind of like, he hasn't agreed to seal it. I believe that everything's just made private and confidential at this point. It's not under seal. If you go to the Florida or Orange County's website, there's a difference between confidential and sealed. So that would be my understanding of it. Like I said, not a lawyer, but just as a layperson, that would be my understanding. That way the judge kind of covers his butt, and almost like an order of protection. Like, in that time when the judge can't see all the evidence, if something happens, the judge is kind of screwed. Like, oh, we asked for it this day and you didn't approve it, kind of situation. It's kind of that, like, stuck in a rock and a hard place. Sort of like, you have Christmas presents, but you can't open them till Christmas Day. And it's like, I'm sure when he gets all the evidence and looks at it, he'll write an order either unsealing them or sealing them. I don't think he'll seal it, but who knows at this point. Judges, Orange County judges, I don't. Angel. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, I'm better than yesterday.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Something interesting that just struck me on the bottom of this is, and I haven't opened all these documents because I don't have the money to pay for all these documents because this is Pacer, so these are the paid documents. Order. So, excuse me, can I read? No. Okay. Well. Oh, okay, Kitty Puck. I hope everything is good. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's the weird part. So there's this order 113/2025. Order to show cause as Michael and Leslie Ferderigos. Defendant Leslie Ferderigos has failed to comply with the court's order of October 30th, directing counsel to file a notice of pendency of other actions and a certificate of interested person. Additionally, defendant Michael Ferderigos has failed to comply with the court's order of November 18th, directing Michael Ferderigos to file a signed disclosure statement within 14 days. You want down? Okay, you want up? You want down? I can't keep track. Hugs. I love you. Oh, thank you. Oh. Start towards my Pacer fees. Appreciate that. Thank you for the $50 super chat. And I'm trying to get through this. This person is just suing this person. We're gonna go through the documents, but we're just showing how many orders and how many legal things that this person has going on. So this is not my opinion. This is a fact based on the dockets. Hey, Dangerous Waves. I went to go get an immune shot from the place that does like IV, like vitamin IVs and stuff. I went to get an immune shot, like zinc, glutathione. I can't remember everything that's in it, but I went to get one of those. Today's the first day that I left the house in 3 days. I crawled my way out of the house this morning at 3:30 because Mr. Squid forgot to take the trash can to the corner or to the street this morning. So I had to do it because they come at like 6:45 in the morning. They come super freaking early. So if I didn't do it when I was awake, it wasn't gonna get done. Got short of breath just walking to the end of the driveway and back. It was bad. All right. Yeah, it's for not being a practicing attorney, she has a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, he's doing okay. He's better now. It's just wherever the harness hit him, wherever the harness had to catch him from before he hit the ground, he was sore. So yeah, that's the thing too. I just don't know. This doesn't seem like a good idea. So there was that. So I haven't looked into this yet, but there was this. But this is I think she's been named in plaintiff, counterclaim, defendant, and she's been an attorney, but I don't want to get into that one because it's not important. When she's the attorney for someone, it's not something I want to get into because whoever her clients were have nothing to do with this situation. However, we is gonna go to Orange County Yeah, I heard it's was it the dude who tried to sue Facebook? Yeah, I have seatbelt marks from when I was in a car accident when I was 13. Yeah, I was driving. I wasn't driving. I was with a 16-year-old who was driving, and we were going to a party. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I heard his name, but all I can remember about his name is that he tried to sue Facebook. I don't know where that ever went, but I just remember hearing it a couple of years ago. You guys know my brain works in mysterious ways. Like, I remember names and trials, but I don't remember like who people actually are. Are reviews available? Cameron Atkinson. Anyway. Judge dismissed as frivolous. There's reviews against her and they're not good. Let's see. It's just interesting that Orange County, Florida is my favorite website to navigate because Tiffany Moore Russell, she is amazing. Oh, and for some reason, this is changing. Things are being removed from here. So if I go to like Safari, I'll use a different browser. Let's see. What's interesting is using a different browser. We're just gonna not deal with that. I'm going to a different browser because for some reason, looking up her name in Chrome doesn't work. But when you look up her name in Safari, so look at what comes up when I'm using. You can see what I'm using in this is Chrome. So I'm going to show you what I'm using. I'm going to share my screen. So this is Safari. Why this happens, I don't know. But I noticed this yesterday. This is everything that's in Orange County. So just going into what's on here, for those of you who can't see, because it is kind of hard to read. And let me put myself down here just to make it bigger. There is in 2021, she sued somebody for slander, libel, slander, defamation. She sued those same people for stalking. That's closed case. Like, those are sealed documents. Bunch of toll infractions. That Seacoast National Bank that moved to federal court, that was a foreclosure, by the way. And then look at Ferderigos versus Seacoast National Bank for libel and slander. Here's where it gets interesting, and I'm only reading what's here. We're not speculating. We're not speculating. We're not naming what happened. We're not going into it, but this is concerning. Her versus her husband, DV with children. It's very, very concerning. However, here's the kicker. And see, there's the difference between a non-public document and sealed. So when something is just non-public, and then when it's sealed, it'll be a different color. So if you look at the dates, things are just weird with the dates. It says closed, but it says notice of appearance of counsel 9/25/24, and then nothing after that. Involuntary dismissal 7/29/24. So she filed it 7/23. She initiated it. Voluntary dismissal 7/29. And then we go up. Right now, we're just going through like the amount of cases that this person has on their, dissolution of marriage. There's 2 of them. There's one from 7/24/24 and one from 10/16. One is closed and one was reclosed. Here's the interesting one that I found yesterday that is pending. And this is the one we're gonna read documents for. I do have the federal documents with her and her and the Florida bar too. However, yeah, it doesn't, Patty. I appreciate everybody's concern. I feel better today, but like, yeah, it does make your head spin. It makes your head spin. And that's kind of why I went through Pacer, Orange County, and I'm sure there's more, but these are just the 2 that are easiest to find. This was initiated April 25th, and we're going to read her words. Her words. This is how easy Orange County, Florida is. This is Sarah Boone's county. That's why I know how to navigate it. Because this is how I know how to navigate it, because this is Sarah Boone's county. Not that I know of. There was new proceedings starting. Let's see. New proceedings started. Dissolution of marriage pending 2/27/25. So, and another DV with children on 3/2/25. So it sounds like a not so awesome. Yeah. If you argue with children can hear in Florida, it's a DV with child neglect. Interesting. Okay. So that giving her the benefit of the doubt, because that's what we do here. We don't fence sit, but we call balls and strikes as we see them. It's very easy for parents to argue and their children hear, whether they try to keep it out of sight or not. It happens. So yeah. I mean, giving parents the benefit of the doubt, it could be something as simple as that, which kind of sucks. Because, I mean, what is arguing? I mean, technically, talking in a courtroom is a legal argument. So, like, what is an argument? There's the kicker, too. I mean, maybe it's intent. But getting back to this document. Yeah, good old suitcase Sarah. Uh, yeah, somebody sent me a TikTok, her TikTok last night. I saw that. It reminded me of Ruby Frankie. Liken her to a Muppet or she will sue you. All right. She is suing ABC Legal Services, JP Morgan Chase, and Jane Doe process server's name to be determined through discovery. Complaint and demand for a jury trial. Plaintiff, and I'm not going to say her name because everybody knows her name. Retired attorney representing herself pro se. Do you see the difference between when she said that and when she said by and through undersigned counsel, but yet signed it pro se when she in the lawsuit with Jeremy? Do you see the difference? It's striking, isn't it? An AMF represented by undersigned counsel jointly file this complaint and hereby sues defendants ABC Legal Services LLC and Jane Doe process servers and alleged as follows. This is an action for damages in excess of $75,000. That seems to be a favorite sentence that I like to see in things that I've read from this person. Exclusive of interest, costs, and attorney's fees. Venue is proper in Orange County as the acts giving rise to this action occurred in Orange County, Florida. Defendant ABC Legal is a former foreign limited liability company doing business in Florida with its principal place of business at that address. We're not going to read it. At all times material here too, defendant JP Morgan Chase Bank is a national banking association organized and existing under the laws of the U.S. with its principal place of business at that New York, New York. Defendant Chase regularly conducts business in the state of Florida and maintains numerous branch locations throughout Orange County, Florida. At all times relevant hereto, Chase was acting by and through its agents, service employees, and or representatives who were acting within the course and scope of their employment and or representation with Chase. Chase is subject to the jurisdiction of this court pursuant to Florida Statute 48.193 as it operates, conducts, engages in, and carries on business in the state of Florida. Venue is proper in Orange County as the actions and omissions giving rise to this cause of action occurred in Orange County, Florida. Patty, I love the picture, by the way. Georgia pollen and Georgia red clay roads, which are dusty when not wet. Yeah. I was fine until Sunday night when we got home. I was talking to Spawn on the phone. And after I eat, I always cough because that's the Chiari. I always get choked up, so to speak. But then it was like it didn't go away. And it didn't go away and it just got worse. And then my throat started to hurt and it didn't go worse. It just got worse. And I was like, oh crap. And I woke up Monday and I was like, I feel like death. Sore throats are always the worst because it's like you can't function. All right, allegations. Plaintiff is a resident of Windermere, Florida, residing in. Once again, do not contact her. Do not contact anybody we talk about on this stream. Do not. And yes, please. Faith says it all. Thank you. Please hit that like button and subscribe. We are on our way to 4K. We are 40 away from 4K. Oh, I would love to hit 4K. I'm also starting to like, as gross as it is, guys, you know, when you've got chest congestion and then all of a sudden, like, that chest congestion loosens up and things start to, it's nasty, but it, you know, yeah, that's why I showed you just the sheer amount of lawsuits that, and this one was recently, this one was a month ago. So It seems like every time, yeah, how can loogies? Every time I like it, and then something happens, and then I get knocked back down, and then so we're getting there. Residing $1.2 million home in an affluent, safe neighborhood with no pending legal actions warranting her to be served any lawsuits that would reasonably necessitate aggressive service of process. I don't see, and this is just writing, like, why is it necessary to like put this? Why is this necessary? I just don't understand why it's necessary to go, yeah, my house is expensive. My house was not expensive because I don't have much money. At all times relevant here too, a pending dissolution of marriage case that between Leslie and Michael, which is public record and would place the defendants on notice the individual that they sought to serve might not be residing at the address to serve process. Defendant JP Morgan Chase directed process server to aggressively target Leslie and her children at that address, which we're not going to read. And we're going to skip right over. During this encounter, April 24th. So this was filed April 25th. She didn't waste any time. This happened the 24th. She filed this lawsuit the next day. She got right to work. The plaintiff, retired attorney and mother, checked the clerk of court, and there were no pending lawsuits to warrant a process server entering her property. Critically, plaintiff's was confirmed not to be the subject of any pending lawsuit requiring such service or entering her property and backyard. On April 24th of 2025, defendant ABC Legal, through its employee or agent process server, attempted to serve legal documents at plaintiff's residence. The process server remained on the plaintiff's property from 3:05 until 5:20 while entering the plaintiff's backyard, peeping through windows, pounding on the door, going to neighbors' homes. The following events occurred as documented by home surveillance cameras, neighbors' affidavits, direct observations by plaintiffs, and police reports. At 3:05 p.m., plaintiff arrived home with her 2 children via golf cart. At 3:32 p.m., plaintiff's babysitter left with 1 child for dance class. Oh, would it be nice to have a nanny? Just kidding, baby girl. I love you. She goes, you too. I appreciate it. I feel much better, but yeah. Hey, Arizona. At 4:12. The process server was recorded walking away from plaintiff's home. Dogs heard barking from inside. Oh, yeah. At 4:14, process server parked her vehicle, blocking plaintiff's driveway. 4:29, process server approached plaintiff's door. Again, dogs heard barking from inside. At 4:30, process server departed from plaintiff's door. Dogs heard barking from inside. At between 5 and 5:20, police officers conducted a search of plaintiff's property. Dogs heard barking from inside. Police searched the plaintiff's entire property backyard inside of home through windows. And she retired, so no. But she is allowed to represent herself. There's the kicker. Anybody's allowed to be pro se. It's just one of those things of like, just reading this part. At 6:21 p.m., plaintiff met with police officers who informed her of process server's false report. Technically you can sue without sending you can sue without sending a cease and desist. A cease and desist is not required. But it's just a yeah. But here's the thing that I don't understand. So between 5 and 5:20, this timeline is just weird to me. Between 5 and 5:20, police officers conducted a search of plaintiff's property. But why at 6:20? Why did it take you that long to like open your door and talk to them? I mean, like, huh? I don't know. On April 24th, 25, 3 police officers entered plaintiff's property from 5 until 5:20, peered through windows, searched the plaintiff's golf cart, walked through her backyard and property. Hold on a second. Okay. I just had to check to see if the golf cart was actually still there. Walked through her backyard, property without consent or a warrant, strictly as a result of the process server's false statements, Exhibit A. See if she actually attaches exhibits, because she had Exhibit A for something in Jeremy's lawsuit, and she never actually attached any exhibits. She's eligible to practice law in Florida per the bar, but any fool can represent themselves. They're good if they can hide in a golf cart. Yeah, that's true. I'm just confused by this as to like it. I'm just confused with this, because this has nothing to do with Jeremy or anything. This was before she even this was April 25th or April 24th. But this is just weird. Like, why are you and here's the thing, why are you avoiding service? I mean, if you don't think you could have anything to be served for, why are you avoiding it? This is my $1 million question. At all time, the plaintiff was with her son, and they remained in the plaintiff's bedroom, shaking and scared, without any idea what was going on. Did you ever answer your door? This just seems very... Does anybody else see this as very, dramatic? This seems very Sarah Boone-esque writing. Very Sarah Boone. J.K.D. Buck. Doesn't this seem very, very Sarah Boone-esque? She was very scared, hiding from a couple of cops knocking on the door. And I'm sure they knocked, because they don't just wander. I'm just confused. I know you're making a joke out of that, but that's a good point, as far as you say you have that extensive of a house. Why don't you have, or you say you have cameras, why aren't you looking at them and seeing if all this was captured on security cameras? Why weren't you looking at your cameras? That's what I do. I did not. I am only looking at the documents. Oh yes, thank you, JKD Buck, for posting my my Amazon wish list, where that's my that's the littlest list. Hey Ozzy, Just Jen. That's a good point. I'm just confused why this had to be such a dramatic situation. I'm just maybe it's because I'm not, I don't know, maybe it's because I try not to make drama out of things. Like when someone knocks on my door, I don't peer through my window and not answer it, but they know I'm home. Like, I'll answer my door. Do I usually have something behind the door just in case shit goes haywire? I'm not going to confirm or deny that statement, but can I protect myself in the event I need to protect my house? Do I know how to do that? Am I trained to do that? Yes. However, I don't. When someone identifies themselves and I obviously know who they are, I'm not going to just peer out my windows or hide and shake scared. I'm going to see what the hell is going on. Plaintiff knew this conduct was not legal, having been a practicing Florida licensed attorney and knew to remain in her home until finding out what was going on. But why didn't you ever ask them what was going on? According to you, you never asked them what was going on. The process server intentionally and maliciously filed a false police report containing multiple fabricated claims, falsely alleging a 6 to 7-year-old child was home alone, being neglected, falsely claiming the front door was open, while the video evidence knocking and pounding on the door while dogs inside were barking never shows dogs leaving the home from the front door, falsely reporting child neglect. And I understand there's some fear with like CPS because of Megan has covered some cases before this crap ever blew up, like the Hernandez case and the Maya case, and of like CPS overreach. So I can understand, putting myself in her shoes, some hesitation, giving people the benefit of the doubt. However, sometimes there's just a, hey rat's ass, how are you? You should add Robitussin to that list. For that, we have a HSA card, and the company that Mr. Squid works for has a certain stipend that they put in every year. So that's what we use for, like, you know, Mucinex and all that stuff. So it's like, this just seems excessive to me. This just seems maybe Squid behind the door. No. Cops came in before and Baker acted her in the past, and she seems like she's okay. So I would be a little bit more hesitant to open the door from that, maybe. I mean, like I said, I don't know this woman. I'm just reading what is written here. Like I said, I do the same thing that I did with Bruce. We just read, and Randy, we just read the documents and just take what the documents say. I mean, yes, but even if someone is bipolar, I mean, I know people with bipolar who are completely high-functioning people. Hey, Jinx. Like, but, so, I don't know. I'm not her doctor. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. It's just odd. It's just odd. Like, the writing, like, it just seems overly dramatic, and the fact that it was filed one day after the incident without trying to figure out a solution. Maybe it's just me, and I like conflict resolution before resorting to, like, you know, I don't know. So if the process server really did benefit of the doubt, okay, like I said, we always like take what is written as what is written until we see facts otherwise. Hey, my pretty. Still only 400 away. Oh, 400. You mean Am I 400 or 40? I am 3960. I am 40 away. 40 away. So, 40. Hey, Cheryl. So it's that's a very good point. Obviously, the server saw a child, but the adult laying low, so the server's writing she saw a child alone isn't fabricated under the circumstances. So could this be a simple solution of answering the door and saying, no, I'm actually home? ABC legal. So, yeah. It's just one of those, like, you bring up a good point. I mean, I believe former law enforcement, you see it from, and that's why I love the chat, because I love getting your perspectives, because I don't have that law enforcement background. Yes, I was military, but I was aviation. Like you know, what am I gonna do? Throw a 30 at you? And if you know what that is, where's 18-1 when you need them? It's yeah, I don't know about the first part, but definitely escalation. Things escalate quickly. And hey, Joseph, how are you? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Things definitely escalated quickly. Just escalated quickly. And I don't know, maybe I'm more laid back than I thought. Like, I thought I was high strung. I thought I was a very high strung person and very uptight. But apparently I am way more laid back than I ever thought I was. I don't know, just based on reading some of these documents that I've been reading within the last maybe 6 months, I'm realizing that I'm a lot more don't care about certain things that everybody else cares about. Falsely reporting child neglect. And Jeff, I see your side. Or a possible other side. These allegations were categorically false. Plaintiff was with her child continuously since picking him up from school. Her other 2 children were with a babysitter attending a dance class. My only question with this one is she said her babysitter left to take 1 child to a dance class. The home's front door was closed, though not tightly shut by a lock. Responding law enforcement explicitly stated that even if a child were home alone, it would not constitute child neglect. Okay, so she filed the process server filed a police report. The police go and check it out and say nothing's wrong here and move on. The plaintiff resides in a safe, affluent neighborhood with no evidence of child welfare concerns. Well, the only thing I have to say about this is Ruby Frankie lived in an affluent neighborhood too. And we all know what happened there. So the affluence has nothing to do with being a shitty person. So those things, just because you have money does not make you a good person. And just because you're poor does not make you a bad person. Just because that house that Jody Hildebrandt had was pretty nice looking. Just saying. The plaintiff and her minor child have been severely damaged over this occurrence. It's been 1 day. Just take this into account. This was April 24th. She filed this lawsuit on April 25th. It was 1 day. I understand being in shock and being scared, but it was 1 day. It was 1 day. Count 1, negligence. Plaintiff realleges paragraphs 1 through 17. Defendant Jane Doe, as a licensed process server, owed a duty of reasonable care to plaintiffs and other, including but not limited to, following Florida law regarding proper service of process, refraining from making false statements to law enforcement, respecting private property rights, conducting service attempts in a professional and lawful manner, complying with Florida statutes chapter 48 governing service of process. Defendant ABC Legal Services LLC as Jane Doe's employer and or contractor owed duties to plaintiffs including, yeah, there's that. That's what I would have done, but hey, properly training and supervising its process servers, implementing adequate policies and procedures for ethical service, conducting appropriate background checks on process servers, monitoring and verifying service attempt accuracy, ensuring compliance with Florida statutes and professional standards. Defendant J.P. Morgan Chase, as the party initiating service, owed its duties to plaintiffs, including exercising reasonable care in selecting process service companies, providing accurate address information for service attempts, verifying residency information through reasonable investigation, refraining from directing or encouraging aggressive service tactics, investigating. I'm failing to understand how knocking on the door loudly, like, yeah, you knock, like, sometimes I joke with this little one because she'll knock on a door. I say, who taught you to knock on the door? The cops, because she knocks like she's gonna beat down the door. However, me being my asshole self, sometimes if you aggressively knock on the door, I aggressively open the door and ask you what the fuck you want. But that's just me. Like, I meet attitude with attitude. So whatever someone brings to my front door is what I, if you come at me with aggression or an attitude, that's what I'm going to meet you with. But if you just knock and I answer, bye, Lady T. I don't know. It's, and I'm not sure how that's J.P. Morgan Chase's problem. Baby's good. Baby's good needs a 5D cell mag light for Christmas. Oh, that'll bring me PTSD. Oh no. Knocking loudly with large houses sometimes need to be heard. Yeah, but at the same time, like, can't you ring the doorbell? Like, once again, playing devil's advocate. Knocking loudly. Ring the damn doorbell if it's a big house. I'm sure the house has a fucking doorbell. It's 2025. Just saying. Oh, thanks. It's better than it has been. Yesterday was probably the worst. You give back double? Yeah, I can see that from you. $1.2 million house did not come with a doorbell. She's violating 877.01 of Florida statutes. What is 877.01 without me having to look it up? Because you Florida men are smarter than me. I believe so, but I'm not entirely sure. Investigating readily available information regarding divorce proceedings and likely change of residence. Yes, Angel. Want to brush? What's up, Fessy? What's up? Did you want water? You hungry? Okay. You need a nap, don't you? Okay. She just comes at me and points at her teeth. Like, that's the first time she's ever done that. Come up here. Okay. Come on up here, baby. Come on. Come here, beautiful. All right. Defendants breached their respective duties through the following acts and omissions. Defendant Jane Doe breached her duties by violating Florida statutes, chapter instigation of litigation.
Mama,
Thank you, Jeffrey.
I
General,
don't.
I need a nap already too.
I
Okay. You want up, you want down, you want up, you want down. Oh, you want mommy's water. Do you want ice? Okay. Give mama 2 minutes and we'll go get ice, okay? Oh, you have ice. Your ice is right here. There you go. Use that one for now. She likes to carry around ice. Violating Florida statute, chapter 48, making false reports to law enforcement. But here's the thing. Did she know at the time it was false? Like, I was originally on her side on that one until Jeff brought up a good point. Maybe she saw the child alone and didn't see an adult. Just... I mean, maybe she'll want to be a member of ICE. Grandpa's in the chat. Grandpa's in the chat. Yeah. Uh-oh. Mama have to wipe that up. Can you go get a towel from the kitchen? Go on. Go get a towel. Go get your towel. Girl, you just knocked it over again. Go get a towel from the kitchen, baby. Oh, fine. Come up here. Yes. She knocked my water over not once, but twice. So, don't know. Now get a bigger towel. Yeah. Trespassing on plaintiff's property. Attempting to manufacture an emergency situation. Failing to verify residency information. The only thing I can think about this one is like what the tone of voice was in the well, I see your point. However, I do see the point from someone who's had someone threatened to call threatened to be swatted, and someone else, a different person, threatened to call CPS on me. What the tone of voice was and the tone that the process server had in a said 911 or non-emergency police number. What was the attitude and the inflection of tone of voice? Because that can mean a lot. Tone is everything. So, failing to verify residency information. Defendant ABC Legal breached its duties. Failing to properly train Jane Doe. Failing to supervise service attempts. Failing to implement quality control. Failing to investigate complaints. Allowing reckless service practices. JP Morgan Chase. Failing to properly investigate residency. Failing to note divorce proceedings in a file. Directing or permitting aggressive service tactics. Failing to properly oversee its process server vendors. Failing to implement safeguards against improper service. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's individual and collective negligence, plaintiff has suffered damages including severe emotional distress. If one day, severe emotional distress, everybody gets stressed out. That's why the DSM-5 has time frames before you can be diagnosed with things. Invasion of privacy, unnecessary police intervention. That's a damage. That would be more of a damage that the police could be like, oh, you filed an unnecessary, damage to personal and professional reputation. I don't see that. Psychological trauma, loss of peace and security in her home. The negligent acts and omissions of each defendant combined and concurred to cause plaintiff's damages for each defendant is jointly and severely liable. Each defendant's negligence was a substantial factor in causing plaintiff's damage. Invasion of privacy. 1 through 17. Under Florida law, invasion of privacy consists of 4 distinct types of actionable conduct. Defendants are liable for multiple forms of invasion of privacy. Intrusion upon seclusion. Defendants intentionally intruded upon plaintiff's private property. The intrusion occurred in a manner highly offensive to a reasonable person. Knocking on your front door? And when you didn't knock on the front, going to the back? Because a lot of people don't answer their front door. Like at my old house, we never answered the front door. We went to the back.
No.
We didn't answer the front door. We always went to the back door.
No.
Defendants entered and surveilled a private residence without consent. Huh? Defendants peered through windows and accessed private areas of the property. False light, invasion of privacy. Defendants published false and misleading information about plaintiff. The information falsely portrayed plaintiff as a neglectful parent. A publication was made with reckless disregard for its falsity. The false portrayal will be highly offensive to a reasonable person. Intentional infliction of mental distress is a form of privacy violation. Defendant's conduct was extreme and outrageous. And the conduct was intended to cause severe emotional distress. Plaintiff suffered severe emotional distress as a direct result. Yes, hurts. Your teeth hurt. Should we get some drops? Yeah. Oh, Grandpa says he sees you.
Hi.
You want to say hi, Grandpa?
Hi.
Mwah.
Hi.
All right, guys. I said this would be an hour. We have a few more pages. We're going to go through that, and this is the only one. Invasion of privacy was intentional and malicious, conducted with reckless disregard for plaintiff's rights, designed to cause maximum emotional and reputational damage. As a direct result of defendant's invasion of privacy, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional distress, damage to professional reputation,
Mama.
psychological trauma, unreasonable interference with personal privacy, significant mental anguish.
Mommy.
Angel. Well, I can't let you down there. You have to go under my desk because you need to go get a towel. You need to go get a towel. You're fine. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're fine. Oh my goodness, baby. Oh. I have to go get a towel so I can clean up the water that she spilled, and so I put her over the puddle, and she got mad. Oh, baby. It's okay, boo. It's okay. Hey. Just a little. Count 3, intentional infliction of emotional distress. 1 through 17 as before. Jane Doe's conduct was extreme and outrageous, intended to cause severe emotional distress by fabricating false allegations of child neglect, causing unnecessary police intervention, creating a traumatic situation involving plaintiff's children. All you had to do was answer the door. Deliberately misrepresenting facts to law enforcement. But did she, though? Like, did she? Like, it's an honest question. Did she? Making repeated aggressive attempts at service despite knowledge of impropriety. How is knocking on your door to serve you or your husband impropriety? Answer the damn door. And if it's for your husband, say he's not here.
Mom.
It's very easy.
No.
You have to go over the water, though. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Angel, you're good. She big mad. Defendant ABC Legal Services LLC was extreme and outrageous and intended to cause severe emotional distress by encouraging and ratifying its process server's outrageous conduct, failing to stop the harassment. This was despite notice. This was a day later. Maintaining policies that promote aggressive and improper service tactics. Did you check their policies within a day? Maintaining policies that are deliberately ignoring complaints about improper service methods. How did you find that out? Continuing to employ process servers known to engage in abusive tactics. I'm just curious as like how she found all that out in 24 hours. Defendant J.P. Morgan Chase was extreme outrageous and intended to cause severe emotional distress by directing and authorizing aggressive service attempts, continuing attempts at improper service despite knowledge of divorce proceedings, failing to halt abusive service attempts after receiving notice, deliberately pursuing service at an address known to be incorrect, maintaining policies that encourage harassment through repeated service attempts, ratifying and encouraging process servers' outrageous conduct through continued employment. Each defendant's conduct individually and collectively was so extreme and outrageous as to exceed all possible bounds of decency and be regarded as intolerable in a civilized community. And this was 24 hours later. 24 hours. Defendants knew or should have known that their conduct would cause severe emotional distress to plaintiff. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's intentional and outrageous conduct, plaintiffs have suffered severe emotional distress, invasion of privacy, damage to personal and professional reputation, psychological trauma, unreasonable interference with parental rights and family integrity, fear and anxiety in her own home, humiliation, humiliation in front of neighbors and law enforcement, ongoing emotional and psychological counseling. This suit was filed the 25th. This happened at 5 p.m. on the 24th. Just saying. Ongoing emotional, it's like the conduct was willful, wanton, and reckless in disregard of plaintiff's rights, warranting the imposition of punitive damages. My question right there. Count 4, abusive process. Filing false reports to law enforcement, attempting to manipulate legal procedures, pot beat kettle, using improper tactics to gain unauthorized access to plaintiff's property, fabricating emergency circumstances to circumvent proper legal services. Count 5, defamation. Defendants published false and defamatory statements to law enforcement, falsely claiming child neglect. Child was unsupervised. The home was in unsafe conditions. These statements were completely false. That's not defamation. Made with reckless regard for the truth, intended to cause harm to plaintiff's reputation. I would love to see the police report that the person filed, because that does not seem that's not defamation. That would be filing a false police report, but that's not defamation. Count 6, defamation per se. Falsely claiming child neglect. Child was unsupervised. The home was in unsafe conditions. The statements were alleged criminal conduct of mother, completely false, made with reckless disregard for the truth. Intended to cause harm to plaintiff's reputation. Wherefore, plaintiff demands judgment against defendants for compensatory, punitive damages, injunctive relief for prohibiting similar conduct. Cost of this action, reasonable attorney's fees were permitted by law. Such other relief as this court deems just and proper. Demand for a jury trial. Representing the minor child. Her husband is representing the minor child. So it's one of those things like, here's my issue. Here's my issue with that. Her husband signed off on this. Her husband signs off on this behavior. Things that make you go, Yeah, BBB's got some stiff competition. Oh. Somebody tell Rosalind we have another candidate for a nominee for Giphy. So it's just, I don't know. All right. But that's just one of many. We will get to more. And that was literally her own words, because she wrote that. So I just read her own words. But I really would like to see that police report, because I would really like to see that police report, because I wonder what that process server actually said. If it was something simple like, hey, I saw a child by himself, or if it was like a panicked, hey, I saw a child doing this by himself, and, you know, because there's a tone and inflection is very important when you're, you know, talking about child welfare. So there's the other kicker. There's the other $1 million question right there. This was filed 4/25. So she has 2 current, yeah. And right now, the only thing is that there's a, you notice how she didn't add the exhibits either? She did put an amended complaint with the exhibits. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, and what we read was her amended complaint. So she put, I will share this again, because, but notice how all this stuff doesn't come up on Chrome, and I don't know why. We read her amended complaint. So her original complaint is down here. So she added 5 pages. And then she didn't add her exhibits that she said she did. So she added her exhibits up here. So she's got another 16-page and 19-page document that we'll get to it another time. Yeah. So it's just one of those. And then this uniform order setting case for jury pretrial. Effective January 25. This is general. This is what's filed for everybody. I've noticed it on every Orange County, and every Orange County thing that every Orange County case that I've been following. They have their trial dates already set to 2027. So, like, pretrial conference, lead trial counsel or trial partner with full authority and unrepresented parties must attend pretrial conference on 6/10/2027. Like, they've already, this is just a general, and it's signed by the judge. Like, it's, yeah. Yeah, but they've been doing it to everybody. On Jeremy's, let's see. So this is Jeremy's. There we go. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. But she, oh crap, I opened the wrong one. I have so many. Fed to Orange County. There we go. This one. I have so many of Jeremy's stuff that I'm like getting them all. Well, it's just a general, like, I have my favorites. It's just a general, like, here's the one for Jeremy. Her versus Jeremy. It's just a general, like, they fill in the blanks. 32227. So it's just like they've already done, like, this is just a literally like a, you know, a copy and paste. They changed the courtroom. Trial date is 4/26/27, 18B at 9 a.m. Pretrial conference is 3/22/27, 10 a.m. Like, they can change this. But, like, it's just, oh yeah, she has problems with everyone. It seems that way. Her conflict resolution skills, emotional. I suspect Belatha would try like heck to get the Hales cases in his court dealt with much earlier so he can forget about them. Yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, like a template. Thank you, Linda. That was the word I couldn't. I was having brain fog today. It is sheriff's office jurisdiction, so a report will be available. Okay. Orange County Sheriff's Office, here I come. Yeah, it's one of those, they can always move the date, but it's just funny how they now have a effective January 1st, 2025. They have a uniform trial and case management order. Like, they have so many cases that they just, here you go. We're just going to make a template to make it easier for everybody. It's nuts. So, y'all have a good day. I will see you back here at 3 o'clock for some NTSB action. That should be a good one too, but I am going to get I'm going to clean up my floor here. It's just water, so it wasn't like a important, gotta clean it up now, because it's just water on a hardwood floor. It wasn't gonna, it would have been fine. Gargle with hydrogen peroxide and drink 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I gotta add some apple cider vinegar to my water. I always felt better when I did that. But and this is just one of many, because I have stuff. The next time, I promise you guys, we will get into the bar stuff, because I have it. I do. I do. I just wanted to show you guys the amount of lawsuits that this woman has. The amount of lawsuits that this woman has, and Pacer, and yeah. But I do, we do have the Florida bar. I got it right here. Just to show you guys that I actually do have it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. There you go. We got more, but that's when we're gonna get to. Yeah. So she wanted to be famous. We're gonna make her famous. Y'all have a good day. Bye, guys.